Driving to today's location actually reminded me of a time in my life when I used to take the bus to a lot of clients, and they didn't know that I had to literally take the bus all the way from Hacienda Heights to Beverly Hills. And a lot of times I was late, and the excuse was that I got traffic or that my last client was being complicated, so I was late to their appointment. But the truth is that I either missed the bus or the bus just took longer than usual, and my calculations were wrong and I was late to my appointment. They never actually knew that I was taking the bus here, and the reason why I was taking the bus was because I used to have a lot of problems with cars. You know, I had the worst luck with cars. They would either break down, I would take them to get fixed, and then they would break down again. And a few times actually I got one car impounded, you know, because I actually went and took out a loan, under a title loan under that car to pay for rent, and I wasn't able to pay the monthly payments, so they impounded my car. And it's crazy because when they impounded that car, my hair kit was in that car. My kit, my only kit that I used to take everywhere with me to do hair, you know. So not only did I get my car impounded, I lost my kit, like all my tools were in there. And what I did was, like, I still needed to make it to work, you know, because regardless of what happens, you have to make it to work. There's no excuse why you shouldn't make it to work. If you don't have a car, there's public transportation, and believe me, it sucks, but that actually motivated me to actually work harder to be able to get a car. So I lost my hair kit in the car, and the only thing that I had at home was an old blow dryer from Conair and an old curling iron from, I mean, I don't know how long, it was just sitting at home, you know, one of those ones that I used a long time ago, and it was just stored at home in the closet. So I took my Conair blow dryer and my old curling iron, and that was my kit, and I went to do Lily's hair, Lily Galici. And it reminded me of that time because she used to live in the building right behind where we are right now. And driving here, like, you know, it reminded me when I was in that bus, I saw the bus next to me, and I was like, I remember when I used to take that bus all the way to Lily to do hair. Not only Lily, but I would take the bus to Lily, then I had another client, so I had to take another bus somewhere else after, you know. And that taught me a lot, you know. It always teaches you something that it makes you stronger, of course, but it makes you grateful. It makes you appreciate a lot of things that we take for granted. Well, soon before I started working with Lily, I was actually working for a TV station, you know, Channel 62 Estrella TV, which their studios are located in Burbank, and I used to live in Hacienda Heights. My call time was at 11. The time that we finished recording was either at 2, 3 in the morning. So I had to take the bus from home from Hacienda Heights. I used to leave my house at 7 a.m. to be able to make it all the way to Burbank by 11 a.m. And like I said, we would finish recording around 3, 4, sometimes even 5 in the morning. There was a lot of times that I wasn't able to catch the last bus to get back home. So what I had to do was I had to literally wait at the bus stop till 5 a.m. when the first bus started running to be able to get back home, shower, eat something, and probably slept like an hour or two because I had to like get up again, jump on the bus, and get to work the next day. There was a lot of times where I wasn't even sleeping, you know, but my body was tired. I remember that a few times I even missed my stop. Like, I fell asleep in the bus, and when I realized I don't even know where the hell I was. And I was like, oh shit, like I fell asleep. So I was in Burbank, and to me there was never an excuse to not make it to that job. You know, it was my only job that I had. It was my only form of income that I had. So I had no choice. You know, I had no car. I had no way to get to work, but to me, like, that was even a reason why not to miss work. I had to show up to work, you know, because I believe that it's important, not only important, but in this career, everything that you do really comes back to you. You know, like, you don't know who you're gonna meet. You don't know what opportunities you're gonna miss by not showing up to work. And I love what I did. You know, I love what I do. I love hair. I love being on set. So I would take the bus from Burbank back home in the rain. There was a lot of times too that I had to do it in the rain. One time I even had to hit jack. Is that how you say it when you like ask for a ride in the middle of the street and you're going like, hey, you know, give me a ride? I had to do that to get to a bridal shoot. You know, it was her wedding pictures, not the wedding, but it was the bridal shoot, you know, before. And I got to that shoot, I hit jack. From there, whoever gave me a ride at that time dropped me off in like closer to the location. From there, I took a bus, and I was like 2 hours late, but my client Till today, she's still my client. Still calls me to do her hair, you know? Imagine if I wouldn't have showed up to that appointment. I would have missed a client that I've had for about 8 years now, who is an amazing client. That's an opportunity like you don't want to miss, you know, because clients like that don't come around often. I mean, there's a lot, but loyal like that don't come around often. So always get to work. Regardless, there's no excuse. No excuse if you don't have a car. Walk. A lot of times I have to walk. Do whatever you have to do. Ask for a ride. There's no reason why someone shouldn't get to work. Absolutely no reason. If that's your excuse, I'm sorry, but that means you're just lazy. And you're not motivated or want to succeed in life or want better. You're comfortable with where you are. Because if you have no transportation to work, that means you don't have a car. That means you're comfortable being on the couch, sitting down, not doing anything for your future. Because there's always a way to get to work. Always, always, always. But until next time, thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Subscribe! If you don't have a car, you need to subscribe, because hopefully I will give you the motivation to get a car. Subscribe like that. You wanna subscribe? Woo! Subscribe! Just kidding, subscribe. You don't wanna see this.